I wanted to go live and talk to you all today about what I believe to be the true root and essence of basically every single creative block. And I talk about this a lot in my Creative Rebirth program, which I will be relaunching again soon. But really at the root of every single hi Heather, at the root of every single creative block is truly fear. And it could be fear of being good enough. It could be fear of wasting product or like materials, maybe finances or something you struggle with. And so wanting to create could cause a lot of fear about spending that money, and what if, it doesn't become fruitful, or whatever it is exactly that you're trying to do with it. So really at the end of it all ends up being fear. And so it's our job as creators to really cultivate a sense of security within ourselves, to where we can take that first step towards creating, feeling safe, feeling secure within ourselves. And one of the ways that I find that it works for me to try and cultivate this sense of security is to remember first and foremost that the desire in my heart to create, the desire to express myself, is a divine desire. It is a desire that has been gifted to you by the creator, right? We call this entity, the universe, God, whatever, the creator, because creator wants to create. That is its essence. And so your essence too then is a creator. So when I acknowledge that my desire to create, just in general, whatever it is innate, it is an aspect of my very soul essence, there's a sense of worthiness in that I hope you can feel. That it's like, well, of course I'm going to create, because I was made to create. I was made to express. I was made to have fun. I was made to look at the things around me and rethink them in a new and imaginative and creative way. So once we really start to own that essence of ourselves as creator beings, we start to grow a sense of worthiness around what it is that we are wanting to do. Of course, there are layers of complications to that. Again, with the example of not wanting to spend the money in order to do the things you want to create. Those are limiting beliefs that we really do have to take a close look at and recognize that whatever it is that we're wanting to bring forward into this world, there's a way to do it with what we have now. It may not look exactly how we're imagining it in our mind, because perhaps that vision that we are seeing is a few months, years, even decades down the line, if it's a really big thing you're trying to create. But at this point right here and now, the fact that this desire is presenting itself to you means that you have everything that you need, because you're always going to be given that which you are capable of bringing forward. So just work within your limitations, work with what you've got. If anything spurs on creativity, it's limitations, right? When all you have is like a box of toothpicks and some glue and some gum, a creative being is gonna figure out a way to make that work. So again, remembering that your very essence is creative, and that no matter what limited materials you might be working with or resources you might have around you, you have enough to get started. You have enough because you are enough, and what you want to create is good enough. So I hope that you will join me in working more diligently to create this sense of security and worthiness within yourself, so that you truly can be the creator being that you were meant to be. And with that, I am going to step away after I show you this beautiful little body of water behind me with little duckies. It's so pretty. And maybe we don't take enough time to appreciate the things that we have around us. Oh, one more thing that I want to say. The reason that I called this Too Afraid to Create the Root of the Problem is because if we look at the chakra system, which you may or may not be familiar with completely, but the way I like to think of the chakra system is a framework for really understanding human needs. And at the very base, we have the root chakra. And in that space is where all of our fears, our sense of security, our sense of self-worth, our sense of, do we have enough? Are we enough? All of that is rooted deep down there in that root chakra. So that is why the Creative Rebirth program begins in the root chakra, because if we don't start tackling and facing and loving and showing compassion to those parts of ourselves that are afraid, we can't really expect ourselves to go beyond that, to begin creating, to start feeling free to do what we want and explore and feel confident and feel joyful and have that big vision and all of those things that come afterwards in the other chakras. So it all starts in the root. So that's why we're going to begin our program in the root. That's why I recommend you utilize resources available to you that are already available with Awakened Creators regarding the root chakra. You can find meditations and things like that on my YouTube channel. So if you want to already begin working towards nurturing and loving those aspects of yourself back into balance, definitely check out the free resources available. And then if you're feeling ready or like you really want to have that group support in order to move through and completely rebirth yourself as a creator, then look out for the Creative Rebirth program coming very, very soon. All right. Well, I love you all so much. Thank you for walking with me along this little lake. And thank you for being devoted to your art, to your heart, to you. I love you, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.